Yeah, hey guys, Romie here. Yeah, so this is, I almost said Love and Hip Hop, if only. Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 2, Episode 2, Boogie Down. This is where we see, this is where we see Master P trying to go and, give this whole little synopsis of what he feels about Angela and her decision making. Because remember, Angela's fiance, husband, whatever you want to call him, he has a mugshot, so he's just like, a good girl like her coming from a good family. It's interesting because you say, people think, oh, you have to come from a certain background to want to be with someone who comes from a certain background. But hey, I don't know his business, I don't know his situation. He could be someone like me that had some issues when he was younger, but he went on the straight and narrow as he got older. My whole thing is, why do we really care? I understand why Romeo cares. I understand why you care, because you probably thought that, those two would end up together. I know a lot of people thought that that would have been just the end result. But Romeo's over. He's like, this chick's supposed to be my friend / potential baby mama. It was understood that she was going to be my baby mama. And then she goes and beats with this dude? Really? Anyway, Christine is with her father, James DeBarge. And they're on the up and up. They go to this recording studio so that he can go and play his new song for her. And she goes and sings along. It was cute that they finally had a nice bonding moment. Then she went and played him some of her music. And the song sounded good. I actually liked that song. I have to go and see if it's on Tidal or anything. But I really did like that song. Please like, comment, subscribe. And it was nice to see her just with her father. And you can tell that even though they've had an estranged relationship, she's still daddy's girl. She's still daddy's girl. Now we get to the foolery. Angela's talking with Vanessa, and Vanessa's trying to go and really see what's going on with her sister, because she knows her sister must be going through it with all these people saying these negative comments. Because if they're leaving negative comments on her page, then she can only imagine what's going on with her sister. Angela. Oh yes, everything's good. Everything's cool. Everything's good. It is what it is. And then in the confessional, oh my gosh, it is so hard sometimes. But everything's good. Everything's fine. I'm thinking it's not, but she's distracted. That's the real issue. Angela's thinking that it's the people talking smack. No, it's the fact that there's some validity to what the people are actually saying. That's the issue right there. And she'll get to the bottom of it. She's going to enlist her mom's help to figure it all out. Peppa is around the table with Egypt. Next thing we know, Egypt conveniently notices, oh, there's this article. There's this article on Angela. And the rumor has it that she's pregnant. And of course they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's pregnant. Is she supposed to be a virgin? How did that happen? That's what Peppa said. Egypt's like, wait, Mom, I have to explain. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I just meant, she's supposed to be a virgin. How did that all happen? But as we know, there is some discrepancy between Angela getting pregnant and Angela getting proposed to. Do we really care? No. Do some of you possibly care? I'm sure. There's a lot more things to care about than something like that. But the other reason, because I'm thinking, really, this so-called genuine scene of Egypt happened to stumble across this article while she's on her phone, and the cameras just happen to be there and they're in full makeup. It's just for that? No, it's because of the fact that Egypt wants to talk about, oh, Mom, I love you, right? Can you pay for more studio time? I don't have an official record deal. So can you pay for more studio time? And it's like, wait, what? For what? No. You're going to be focusing on school, because you need school. Christina goes to her dance instructor, because her choreographer, actually, that's what he is. And she's, practicing, getting ready, because she has a performance for a gay pride event. And Boogie and TJ come along. So they go and they have a conversation. Christina's like, yeah, so TJ, can you go and DJ for my event? He's like, oh, actually that Friday, because you're still on Saturday, right? Just confirm. Oh, yeah, I'm booked. I'm going on tour. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I mean, this always happens when I'm supposed to be there with my friend. It just always happens. But he's like, Oh, so we're gonna forget about me? Forget about you what, Boogie? I DJ too. Look, say it again, Boogie. I DJ too! That's not how he said. But he's like, it was like, oh, you DJ? It's like, oh yeah, this guy's a man. Yeah, so underrated, so underrated. So it's like, okay, great. Now I guess this is how we're gonna usher in Boogie's music career onto the show. So Yo Gotti, he's visiting Dame, and Yo Gotti, I believe he brought his son. I think that's his son. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think that's his son, nephew, someone. Actually, that guy looked old enough to, look, I don't know. What I do know is Dame wants Boogie to go move to LA with him, because right now Boogie is living with his mom in New York. That's how it's been for a while. Actually, they've been kind of doing a back and forth tug of war between New York, LA for Boogie. And I guess, what was it, North Carolina? Where was it that the new cupcake or cookie, the pastry business they were supposed to go? I guess that didn't work, or that didn't happen. Boogie has his manager there, and the manager stayed silent the whole time. It was just the OGs talking back and forth. And of course, Gotti was big ups to Dame, because Dame, you know, of course he's an OG in the game. The thing is, everything that Dame says has logic, makes sense. It's kind of like a Charlemagne the God type of thing, where you have to listen very closely to understand the message and realize, oh yeah, that does make sense. His delivery may be the issue, or some of the words that he uses are what detract from the message. But the message is still pretty clear. You need to figure out your life. You need to get together. I was doing this and that by your age, and so I'm the benchmark. That's the only thing I don't like. I respect it because that's his father, so of course he wants better for his son. The only thing is, he's not you. So directly trying to compare, okay, this is what you need to be doing. And then of course, him bringing up the fact that, yeah, I want to do music too. It's like, what, you want to do music? Well, I was doing this and that, and we were hustling, doing that in order to get what we needed to get. Hustling meaning working hard, hitting the pavement. He doesn't have to go that route. He doesn't have to go that route, and it looks like he won't go that route. Angela, you know, she's with her mom. It was nice to see her mom. I haven't seen her mom in a long time, TV-wise. Never met her in real life. But, you know, Angela's just trying to, this is where we notice that Angela, she asks her mom questions about, okay, so about the wedding and things of that nature. That's when her mom says, yeah, I actually was pregnant with your brother. When, during the wedding and all of that. It's like, wait, really? It's like, yeah. And of course, it's just like, oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. We're thinking, yeah, we know you're pregnant. Anyway. We know you're pregnant, or you think you may possibly be pregnant at this time. And she talks about the pressures of being a celebrity. Her mom's like, yeah, well, you choose the life, so it is what it is. Again, that's where we see where Angela gets that mentality from. Boogie is in the recording studio with his girlfriend. I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of a weird impromptu scene. He's playing the ukulele, and he wants his girlfriend to go move out to LA with him if he decides to move out to LA. His mom conveniently goes and calls Peppa and conveniently finds the drugs that are in his book bag. I'm thinking, she's like, I'm gonna have to call you back. I can't believe I just found drugs. I found drugs. He has a drug problem. He is an addict. He is an addict. This is mom that's been saying that. I'm like, does he really have a drug problem, or do you just not approve of him doing weed? As long as it's not synthetic, as long as it's not laced, I am a square, so I don't even take Tylenol or Advil. But, so, this may come weird for me saying, but I'm like, as long as he's not smoking weed to get away from real life issues instead of dealing with them, it's illegal, so I'm not going to go and support it. Obviously, I don't do it, but if someone else is going to do it, and it's not laced, and it's not synthetic, and it's not using it as an out to escape life problems, hey. Anyway, his mom goes and texts Luna and lets Luna know that something's wrong with him. Oh, he has a drug problem. Luna's looking at him like, Your mom's texting me. I'm thinking this is all too staged and convenient, but okay. Oh, and let it be known this is your thoughts, views, and opinions. Do it. So she asks him, he's over, he's going to have a conversation with his mom. Egypt goes and talks with Tretch, who is her father, and she lets me know that, yeah, I don't want to go to school. I mean, I want to take a year off from college. I'm not sure about the whole college thing in general. I haven't let mom know. So it's like, your mom's there to be overprotective. It's like, yeah, but she planned my entire life out for me. It's like, I can't do anything for myself. And that's where I'm like, okay. Yeah, I hope Peppa loosens the reins a little bit, because that rebellious stage could be something fierce, especially from a female perspective. So Trash is just like, I love you, I support you. Your mom's doing what she feels like is best. I'm not dumb. I'm not going to get in the way with that. You better go and handle that yourself. And she also talks about her little boyfriend. He's like, oh, well, is he a thug? Okay, then what's the problem? So silly. Romeo's at home and Master P's there. They have a couple of their people there. And his grandfather's there. His grandfather's really funny. And again, the whole conversation of Angela and her fiance and him having a mugshot, and it being odd, the fact that, he's someone that you would think, she's someone that you wouldn't expect for her to go that route, the potential bad boy route. We don't really know him, but we just know her and know her family, so it's odd. And Romeo's still over it because Angela is ignoring his text. Angela's ignoring him, period. Partially because she's in a relationship now, so she can't go and play around with Romeo like she used to, like even on a friendship level. But at least to say, I'm cool, doing me, this is what it is. Nothing. She is flat out curving him at every turn. And his Romeo usually gets massages, and this time, since his grandfather's there, never had one before, so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you can go and get one. Usually I get it new, but you're here, and the cameras are here, so it's like, oh, well, let me take all my clothes. So I was like, no! Stop right there. Don't pull anything else down. Stop. Boogie's mom goes and calls. It's like, all right, let's have a little lunch date. And the lunch date consists of this. You have a drug problem. You are a drug addict. What's wrong with you? Boogie's just like, it's weed. I may go somewhere that it's legal. Leave me alone. That was his mentality. That was the whole conversation in a nutshell. And my whole thing is, look, drugs are drugs are drugs are drugs. I wholeheartedly agree with that concept, that philosophy. That's why I abstain from, almost everything. I really am square. But the whole thing is that she's trying to make it seem like, oh, he just got some major problem. Oh, the smoking. He's doing too much. He said, I'll stop when your boyfriend stops. That to me, I'm like, oh, is someone not setting a good example at home? Regardless if everything else is squared away, you can't do the whole, what's cool for the goose is cool for the gander when someone is grown. Come on now. Romeo is in the studio, and again, it's another song where I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this is cool. The interesting part about that song was, I forgot what it sampled. And, instantly once it's a sample and it's a good sample, it's not a trash, let me do a remake. This is different, but using the same idea, mythology of the original song. Good. Christina comes along, and Romeo and Christina do this light flirting thing. Aside from the light flirting thing, she's kind of feeling it, but then he kind of curves and it's like, well, I like to keep things professional-esque and see where it goes from there, because when friendships become more than friendships, then things get out of control. We know he's talking about Angela. We know that he's talking about Angela partially, along with all the other stuff he probably has to deal with in the past. I'm thinking, is that a song for Empire? That's all I was thinking, like, is that look for Empire? This is like all those little things, because now we know he's on there. Who knows who else from the cast will make it on there because he's on there. You know how it is. A friend of a friend, a family of a family. So Christina may be singing hooks for him in the future. That could be a nice duo. That really could be a nice duo, especially if they go the more mainstream route instead of just urban-esque. Christina, she's on her phone because she gets an alert from her friend. And it's the story of James DeBarge saying, oh, he thinks he has a secret love child with Janet Jackson, and she's trying to hide the child and all of that. He doesn't know what happened to the baby. Christina is saying how people originally thought that I was a secret love child. Of course I'm not, but that's what people thought. It's interesting because clearly the trust between my father and I still aren't built up yet, because I just saw him. Just saw him the other day. And yet this story comes out and it just has me in a tizzy, because I'm thinking the trust really isn't there. Everyone goes to the club because Boogie is performing. He's DJing there. So they're having a good time. Romeo notices, you know, Boogie's having a good time. He's drinking. This is pretty normal for him. This is pretty normal because it's a club environment. I mean, look, unless they go and say Boogie got a DUI, which I feel like this is the route that they're going to try and go. Either got arrested or got a DUI, because Dame Dash the next day tried to call Boogie. Boogie never responded. Boogie never came home. So he's concerned. And that's what I'm thinking. He probably got a DUI or arrested. And that's where they're like, all right, you need to slow down. You need to slow down. You need something, because this isn't working out too well. Please like, comment, subscribe. I feel like, actually, of all people, maybe Boogie's background really is, we could dive deeper into it, because it seems like there's a lot going on there that we're kind of glancing over.